Right. I'm just coming up here to these targets here on the hill. I shot there they were 200 yards away. Long big dark, a big tree down there. It's hard to judge now. I can't even zoom in with this big camera here. But it was 202 yards. And this first load here, let's see, is it focusing in? There were 5 shot groups. Now this first load here was the first time cases were neckturning. I neckturned the cases and then I annealed them. Now the cases already had been fired once before I got to be neckturning. I'm only experimenting to see what way they're going like. But it's my first time using it anyway, a neckturner. And after using it, I did use an expander with it, but they were a wee bit slack, so I done a very light crimp with a light crimp die, just to be safe. I didn't want them moving in the magazine, you know. I fired them in a TIKKA T3 with an AICS magazine bottom metal for, and they were loaded to 1.91 to the O-gave. They were 53V-MAXes with a load of Hodgins H322 powder. Now, that's far better than I was expecting, to tell you the truth. I thought these were going to go all over the place. This is 200 yards, 200 plus, say 22. Like, if you look at, that's well up there. Between that and that, I'll measure these when I get home. I'll gauge them with the calibers, the digital calibers, when I get home. But like, I put a ruler in between these, a metal ruler, and I mark each side of the marker. They'd be slightly over an inch thick like. But if you take that there, there's an inch down there, roughly the top of that line, and up in there, that's decent enough vertical like. And they stayed nice and tight together, which I wasn't really expecting, like the first time neckturning, like, you know, the neck tension. And I just seated them. What did I seat them with now? Oh, I know, I have a ratting. I seated them in the good ratting. The one with the micrometer top on it. You know, but they were seated at 1.91 anyway. But like, I wasn't surprised as I only gauged, I suppose, they'd only be around 1.5 inches vertical. Well, that was the first time neckturning anyway. I fired 5 rounds of each. On the right hand side here now I have 5 rounds. They're actually cases I loaded in 2000. I think it was June 2013, you know. So I'll just go over them now. There was nothing fancy with them at that time. I hadn't even got quality powder measures or anything like. I'm using the V250 now and the 505 scales along with, just to verify. But there's brave and decent there now. That top of that circle wouldn't be far off the 1/2 inch, and like that there bullet there cuts near enough through the centre of that there, you know. So up to that there, I would say they're probably only, they wouldn't be much over 1 inch, 1.25 inches at the very most. So nothing to that, and like that's 5 shot group at 202 yards with a digital rangefinder, you know. So that's decent. There are loads of ice just sitting, and I'm going to use them up. They were actually, the cases had been loaded 5 times. No, them ones there, that's their 5th. That's their 5th time been fired. They're Winchester cases, and that's their 5th reload. But I wasn't measuring the powder as accurate as I'm doing now at the minute, you know. It was only for vermin shooting, like I didn't have to be that fancy. But I'm surprised they even come like that there. But I'm very happy with that there for the first time neckturning. That case there, like. And I know I'll tighten them up because I'll use new cases the next time before neckturning. I'll use the expander die for the Century 21 neckturner and expand it. And then I'll anneal them after it, because I've read up and I reckon that you need to anneal after your neckturning, because you're taking a lot out of the case and you're doing a lot of work like it. It would be hardening, I would say. There's a lot of heat as you're turning, especially when you don't really know what you're doing, you're only starting off experimenting. So I'm quite happy with them. I'll measure them up, both of them, now when I get home with digital calipers. So we'll get back for like a part 2 in it anyway.